Okay, welcome back to my Dark Souls 3 Sorcery Boss Beatdown ranking. We're down to the three most difficult bosses to defeat using pure sorcery. And at number 17, or the third most difficult boss, was the Crystal Mage. And boy oh boy, this one took me a while to get. The main problem here is that he has resistance to magic, and so it takes quite a lot of magic to actually kill him. Plus, at this point in the game, you don't have particularly strong magic, and he has much stronger magic than you. Plus, you don't have that many Estus flasks, and I'd actually had to do a little bit of like jumping around areas to pick up a couple of bonus Estus flasks. Otherwise, I just found it was very difficult to get to the end of the fight with enough Estus intact. I mean, you need to have enough. I think 3 Ash Estus flasks is what I needed to have enough magic, and then I think 5 regular Estus flasks to heal me. Now, yeah, sure, I could have played a bit more carefully, but this fight went well, and when I finally got him, I was able to do the whole fight using only sorcery. But yeah, it's definitely not an easy fight. Now, I think in like the later NG pluses and so on, when you've got all your super duper magic, it'll probably be a bit easier. But for like a standard first playthrough, this guy, I don't know, I'd be impressed if you got him first time as a mage. And I mean using pure sorcery. Obviously, I know using melee weapons makes the fight a lot easier, and you can do a lot more damage to him with those weapons, but that's the whole point of a pure mage playthrough, is you don't use anything but magic. Otherwise, it's not a pure magic playthrough. So anyway, he's number 3. Only 2 guys caused me more problems than him. Let's see who's next. Right, number 18. The second most difficult boss to defeat using pure sorcery and nothing else. And this guy was, oh man, this guy was really difficult. He took me a long time to get, and I had to basically, I was going to take him out before Yorm, but that just wasn't going to happen. In the end, I found the only thing I had to do was basically to level up as much as possible. I had to go and get the strongest magic that's possible before you come to him. I tried to even do like the Twin Princes before him, but it's actually not possible. And why is Aldrich so difficult? Well, he just doesn't, like, those little like magic balls don't give you much time to like set up a spell. You can dodge the big like blasts fairly easily. The first phase of the fight isn't too bad. It's now, this is when it gets really nasty. Yeah, I missed there. In this phase of the fight, especially this like big arrow shower, you've got to be super careful trying to dodge that and dodge the little mini magic orbs, and don't get like trapped in here, and dodge. He sometimes does like the big magic blast as well. This one, to have enough magic, because he doesn't go down easily. He's not very weak to magic. I think he's got natural resistance, but we've got so many different things coming at you at the same time. You've got to kind of dodge around the arena. If you get hit by those arrows a couple of times, then you get stunned, and then basically you're dead. Plus, like, you can't really go in close with him at this stage because the fire effect also burns you. But you can't just stand back and try and zap him with this stuff, because you'll run out of Estus. He only does like 200 damage or something. It's like very low damage considering the power of the spell. And his melee attacks start hitting you. Oh, this was a very, very difficult fight. Again, like, as a mage, other classes will have a lot less trouble with him than a mage. Watch this like madness here, as he dodging all these arrows. He comes in with a big like swipe of magic jack. It nearly kills you. You just barely survive. I think I used all my Estus, like both types on this fight, and it was look how little damage it does. Oh man, so difficult. There, that was a mad like dodge section there. Ridiculous. But it can be done. Okay, here we are. The last one on the list, the most difficult boss to defeat with pure mage. And I'm going to do this one slightly differently. I'm going to actually start with a loss. One of the times they killed me, and I'll show you why I think this is the most difficult boss to defeat using a pure mage build. So the Deacons of the Deep. I hate these guys. I really hate these guys. This was a fight. I'd fought it many times. I just couldn't do enough damage, and I tried out. First of all, I started using like soul arrows, but it's so difficult to target the actual the correct guy. Like they kept, by the time you get a clear shot and you hit them once, then they transform. They pass the what they call the red glow onto another person, so then you waste all your magic basically. It got to the point where I thought I just can't do it using zappy magic, so I tried the Farron Flash Sword, but its damage at this point is just pathetic because you're not a very high level. I even went as far to saying I wasn't going to use Great Magic Weapon because I thought that's kind of cheating because it's not pure magic. You're using some of your normal damage as well as with your weapon. I got the Uchi Katana, as you can see, but I still couldn't do it. Also, I noticed here, I ran out of magic, and I thought, well, I can't finish the fight without using any magic, so I had to run away, buff the weapon again. As you can see, he's nearly dead, so we're going to go and run in and kill him. There's so many of these guys around him. It's just, and I'm cursed and I'm dead. And they heal him. So anyway, I thought it was going to be maybe the actual stumbling block, the thing that stopped me from completing the whole playthrough. And so I found a kind of cheat way around it. I still kept only using magic. I didn't use anything but magic. And Horace and Henry actually don't do that much damage to the actual boss, although they do a little bit of damage. So yes, this was the only boss I just could not defeat using pure magic, without some other I suppose the Great when I used the firebomb, but this one I only use magic, so I could consider this a legitimate pure magic only playthrough. But yeah, you could argue that I kind of cheated by summoning NPCs. But really, the reason I brought them in was because at the crucial stage, the second phase of the fight, the other guys get in the way so much, and they end up healing the main Pope boss guy. And then, of course, the curse meter keeps building up and building up. Even with maximum curse protection stuff on, I don't think I would have survived it. Now, I have since seen another way of perhaps doing the fight using alluring skulls. That might be a way of defeating the final stage of the boss, so that the guys don't crowd around him, and maybe give you enough time. I don't know. I wasn't able to try that out this playthrough. But yeah, here we go. This is where Henri and Horace come into their own. They just clear a path so that the curse guys don't have a chance to build up the curse, and Mr. Pope is open, so you can wail on him. So yeah, Deacons of the Deep. One of the easier bosses to fight as a melee character is, for me at least, the most difficult boss to fight as a pure mage. So, there you go, that was my ranking. Please let me know in the comments why you disagree with me so vehemently and why I'm so utterly wrong. I'm sure that there are many opinions out there. But, like I say, this is just my experience from my playthrough. So, I will be doing other videos I'm doing a bow only and a pyromancy only playthrough at the moment, so we'll see how those turn out. But anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.